Howdy folks and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another episode of Gary Grigsby's War in the East 2. Today we have a look at the very first turn of what I think is the most challenging scenario ever, amongst the ones in which the Axis has to attack in the summer of 1941. And well, as you may have seen from the title, this scenario is the destruction of Southwestern Front. Now you see here two scenarios. The first one here is the original one, and this one here is a slight modification of the original one that I prepared to make the scenario slightly more historically accurate. And as you can see here, I did remove from the map the 51st and the 79th and 113th Infantry Divisions, because in the original scenario, these units are on the map, while historically they were not already there by the time Operation Barbarossa began. And I made sure that these three units will arrive on the third turn, which is July the 6th. And July the 6th is, in my opinion, the best approximation to mimic the fact that these units arrived on the Eastern Front on July the 4th. And then I wrote here, I moved the 4th Mountain Division and the 125th Infantry Division from the 17th Army to Army Group South. And this is because these two units were still part of the reserves of Army Group South. They would join the command of the 17th Army, but on June 22nd they were not yet under the leadership of the 17th Army. And that's basically it. And actually I wanted to show you guys one thing. Yeah, so basically these are basically all my attempts in which I tried to play this scenario and let's say play and win this scenario. And in every attempt I was always learning something new. I was always making new mistakes, and because this is, I think, the fun part of playing this game. You know nothing, you try, you fail, you repeat, you rinse, you repeat, and so on and so forth. Yeah. And yeah, I think today this should be hopefully the definitive episode. I'm starting from scratch because I'm playing now with the patch 0.01.02.06 beta, and apparently the older save games are not yet compatible with these beta, so I would say let's start in from scratch. And yeah, so as you can see, there will be slightly longer videos because my idea would be to condensate in one video 2 turns. And maybe not in this case, because in this first episode, as always, I would like to, let's say, kind of guide you through what I did learn from all of my previous past epic failures. Now, the first thing that I decided to investigate is this. This is the turn summary, and I think this is a very nice and synthetic summary to have a look at what's happening or what happened during the last turn. Friendly losses, this is quite intuitive. You have manpower, guns, AFV, the armored fighting vehicles, and planes. And then you have the order of battle changes. When you place the axis, it indicates the changes on the map. You can have plus or minus, or positive or negative numbers. And you have on the map, in the theater boxes, or in transfer, if you have a unit, let's say, going from the reserve theater box to the map. And then you also get an overview about your opponent, in this case, the Soviets. Logistics. These track units indicates the amount of tracks in units. This is the amount of what you have, and this is what the units are calling for. So we are now in deficit of roughly 2,000 tracks. The amount of tracks in the depots, so in the depots here. And by the way, if you guys are interested, I was planning to do a video about logistics to explain how does logistics works in this game, because this is, I think, really the most important aspect that you have to master if you want to play this game, because otherwise it's useless to just keep moving your troops forward if you can't supply them, basically. This is the number of tracks that you have in the pool, and you can even access this number here. This is the production screen, info screen, production screen. Here says all. You can click, let's say, on Germany, and here you have the vehicles. These are the number of tracks in the pool, 2400, and we have 1500 in repair. And exactly here, vehicles in repair, 1500. Now these are the tons of supplies that we received, and again, this is the number of tons that we received, and this is the number that our units requested to be fully efficient. Now these indicates that the tons of replacement, and replacement indicates basically all the weapons and guns and tanks and so on and so forth, while this indicates the amount of men, not really the manpower, but really the amount of men that we received in the last logistics phase. And then we have this very nice tool, the combat unit alerts, that tells you how many units are in low or critical supply, and how many units are under strength, unready, or even depleted. And if you click on this icon, the units that are in, let's say, in low supply will appear as yellow, with a yellow border on the map, and the same is true for the strength alert. Okay, I think enough talk for this introduction, and it's now the time to have a look at the air management, because one thing that I did learn, that, and I think that was really cool, is how to manually control your Air Force, because you start, let's say, this scenario with this one here. You have the Luftflotte 4, the 4th Air Fleet, but you see you also have the, let's say, the 1st Royal Hungarian Air Force Field Brigade, and you have the Romanian Combat Air Command. I like to put each, let's say, I would say, air operational group under the control of their respective national HQs, basically. So let's say I select here with the right click the 1st Royal Hungarian Air Force Field Brigade, and I click reassign AOG, reassign Air Operational Group, to Hungarian Air Command. And I do the same now here for the Romanian, because I like to then issue directives specific for the Hungarian Air Command and the Romanian Air Command. Now, we can move some air wings around. Like we have here the Jagdgeschwader 3, the 3rd fighter group, I guess, which is divided between Hostinne and Jaslo. I like to put these guys from Jaslo here to, I guess this is Tomaszów Lubelski. And how can you move your air wings on the map in the air planning phase? Well, you just click with the left mouse button over the air wing of interest, and then you press shift, and you see that now this shift will highlight a let's say fade white square with a more intense bright white square inside. And this is basically, I think this is the selection area, and these when you hover over an airbase, it will highlight which airbase is. And you see here two numbers, 109 and 200. 109 is the number of engines that are present in our wing, and 200 is the number of total engines that this airbase can host. Now, if we talk about airbases, there are, very briefly, there are three types of airbases. There is the level 1 airbase, which can host 100 engines, the level 2 airbase, which can host 200, and the level 3 airbase, which can host 400 engines. Now, I think this is a very cool system of differentiating between single, let's say, one engined, twin engined, and four engined aircrafts. I think this is very nice, the way they structured it. So we select with the left, press shift, and then we click on the right. And now we see that there is this icon here with the arrow, and the same arrow appears here on the Jagdgeschwader 3. These Tomashov Lubelskis means that the airbase doesn't have fuel, doesn't have supplies, and doesn't have air support. Air support indicates all the ground personnel that is needed to keep an airbase operational. Now, for this turn, it's fine to move it like this. And you can either click here on the Jagdgeschwader tree, and then you can, with the right mouse button, and then you can select Execute Air Transfer Immediate, or you can click on here and you say Immediate Transfer. And Execute Air Transfer? Yes. Okay, and now the Jagdgeschwader is located here. Why I like to have it here? Because this is a very forward airbase, and from here the fighters could cover the area around Rovno and the area around Lvov. Is there anything else that we could move? Absolutely yes. I could move the Hungarians fighter regiment. I press shift and I select with both, and I can move them up here as closer to the front as possible. And I can move the first recon squadron behind the bomber. Can they move? Yeah, they can move up here. Okay. And okay, we also have some Romanians over here. We have the Jagdgeschwader 52 that can go. Let's remove the troops by pressing T. Okay, so now we can see all the air bases. Okay, let's move it here in Stefanesti. No. Did it go? Let's see. Okay, it's split. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. We have the Jagdgeschwader 77 in Bakau. Okay, this guy needs some replacement. Let's move them here. Actually, yeah, let's move them here. And let's execute the air transfer. Okay, perfect. And we can also move some of the Romanians fighters. Oh boy. Okay, Sculeni, Toscani. Oh man, I don't have enough. Okay, I think it's fine. So we have now the fighters on the front line. And can we move any bomber? We have the Romanian. Sorry, Romanian Combat Air Command and the Romanian Combat Air Command. Okay, so we have the Romanians under the Romanians. Can we move the Einkels over here? No, we cannot. We can move them up here, yeah. It's not a big deal, but it's okay, I mean. I was looking for... no, I think we can leave the Romanian bomber flotillas over here. Oh, we can move it up here, yeah, it's okay. Okay, this looks slightly better now. Yeah, the KG-54, it's fine here in Lublin. Honestly, I don't remember what does it mean. I think it could be either overcrowded or lack of something. Actually, let me briefly check the manual. Okay, so I checked, and actually this means... where is that? Okay, this means that the airbase has air units, but has less than 50% of the support. Actually, let me see if we can see of the air support needed to keep this airbase, I guess, fully operational. I wish there was an option here to see how many How many units of air support? Ah, yes, science. Okay, I think the 109% mean that we are above the 100%. There might be some penalties actually. Zamosh is. Let's move it here. Yeah. Let's see if this helps now. Yes, I guess it was just overcrowded actually. Yeah. So. Okay, airbase size 106%. Then we can just rebase maybe these guys over. Wow. Okay, that looks fabulous. Perfect. Okay, these are the things you want to see. Okay, now coming to the air directives. I've been playing around a lot, and as always, I get rid of the air directives generated by the AI, and I would really like to guide you on, let's say, what I usually do on the very first turn. So first of all, I need to select the Luftflotte here, and then I go on Show Air Doctrine Screens. And why is not? All right, maybe let's select one air doctrine and let's click exactly on the air doctrine screen. So ground attack I like to set to 5,000 feet and recon 17,000 feet, because in case you don't know it, by setting the recon to 17,000 feet, this you let's say evade or reduce the flak damage on the way to the target hex, and at the same time recon planes will adjust their altitude based on their cameras. If you are planes which are good for high altitude recon, they will just stay high. If your cameras let's say will force the recon planes to go lower, the recon planes will automatically fly lower. I remove the partial escorts. I only want full escorts, and recon, let's say day 1, day 4, and day 7, while ground attack only on day 1, intensity medium, high airfield, and ignore interdict, and apply to all HQ and apply to all air HQ. Okay, it's now the time to set the air directives, and as always on the first turn I like to strike at the enemy airfields, and I just left clicked the airbase of Koval. We see here it has 47 I-15-3. These are fighters, and I want to target these airbase first. So for whatever reason, the first doctrine is always the crappy one. I need to adjust everything. 5,000. And the rule that I have is that whenever an enemy airbase has less than 100 planes, I always do one strike per day. So this will be just one strike on day 1, and min AC, mean the minimum aircraft requested, and in brackets the escort requested, and I like to go with 40 planes and 10 escorts. And this is the minimum, and this is the requested that the AI will try and attempt to fly during the air execution phase. Then let's confirm this one. And then I want to target these 3 hexes. Yep. Therefore I click, let's say, here in the middle, and I click 2. Let's move it. Doesn't work. Let's try with 3. Okay, with 3 it works. Now, and as always, actually, sorry, here it's fine. Now I want to target these 3 airfields, and you see that the one in Rovno falls within these purple hexes. This means that our bombers are out of fighter escorts. How do we fix this problem? Well, we first of all confirm the air doctrine. Instead of strike numbers 14, we just do 3, because we have 3 enemy air bases. And as always, we type 40 and 10. We confirm, and then we move to the fighters, and we can double click on, let's say, the first Gruppe of Jak 3. Okay, and you see here loadout, there is auto none. You want to change this to the 300 liters drop tank, which will extensively increase the range, and I like to do it on all of the Axis Air Force. And you see now, by clicking yes, now all of these axes are now within range of our fighters. And that's good. Then, in Brody, there are more than 100 planes. So I like to do this. First of all, one airstrike over here. And with, as always, 40 and 10. And then I want to target all of these air bases here. And let's do by putting an over here and maybe 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we type 8. Airfield, area 5, okay, 8, as always 40 and 10. And then we have these 3 airfields that we can target with something. Let's see if our... Okay, nice. 1, 2, and 3. So these are bombers. I honestly don't care. I want to get rid of them while they're still on the ground. And as always, 3. And okay, so this area is done. We could try... These are bombers, I guess. These are bombers and recon planes. These are bombers, fighters, and bombers. Let's try... Okay. Staging base. Oh, no. Okay. Stefanesti, because here we have plenty of room for our fighters, and again we have 1, 2, 3. So we say 3. Did anyone... Is anyone taking care of It's Yaslav. Doesn't seem too dangerous though. Zhytomyr, it has, okay, recon and bombers, fighters, Benitza, fighters. Fighters. Okay, let's attack this one first. As always. I know it's boring to watch me playing around, but this is how I really like to micromanage everything. I want to strike at the enemy air bases. Oh, Stefanesti. Oh, nice, yes. Here we have 67, so just 1. And yeah, I mean, as always, guys, if you have any questions, just drop them in the comment section here below. I would be really happy to try to answer your questions. Let's see if we can take Zhytomyr as well and Berdichev. I don't think so. I fear that... Oh. Oh my god. Oh, god damn it. Zhytomyr. We can take out Berdichev though, yeah. We can take out Berdichev. With only 1. No. Misclicked. No! Sorry. Okay. 40 and 10. Are we bombing this one here? This is Belzi. Oh yes, we are bombing it. Okay, Belzi. Then I would say the Romanians can take care of this one. The Germans can... Ooh, we have 3 air bases over here. I guess these are all recon aircrafts, right? Yes. So we say 3. Okay. AR2. 59. We need to bomb Odessa twice, yeah. Let's bomb Odessa twice, yep. And let's see if we can take out Ochakov and Kosolovka. Oh, you can't. Wait, Skuleni? Oh shit, okay. Let's forget about these airbase. Let's attack. Oh, I cannot. Okay, I cannot. God damn it. Because these guys could fly over Odessa and intercept my air fleet, even though, yeah, I mean, who cares? Let's fly something over here and let's destroy these 3 airfields. MiGs, we have SB, bombers and fighters, so let's set it to 3. And as always, 40 and 10. And let's confirm. Now the Romanians could just bomb these 3. Odessa, is it? Yeah, twice. Okay, so for the Luftwaffe 4 we are done. I don't think I'm bombing Colombia with the Luftwaffe 4. No. Then I think the Hungarians could bomb Colombia. Yeah. And 1. And in this case, let's put whatever we have. We have 36. Yeah, let's put 30. And 20. Confirm. And then, since we can move the Hungarians yet, just leave it as it is. Oh, also, I forgot. To maximize the damage, you also want to change the loadout of your bombers. And in this case, the Junker 88s should have the 28 50 kilogram bombs, and I do in all of the Axis Air Force, and I think down here I do have the Kampfgeschwader 27 with the Heinkel. Okay, they already have the 32 times 50 kilogram bombs. And I forgot one thing. Yeah, these guys as well. They need the 300 liters drop tank. Actually, now let me check if I could bomb safely these 2 air bases. Nope. Ah, god damn it, I think they really cannot reach. Let me check to see if they can reach it. Ring circles. Ah, okay, this is the maximum range. Okay, they cannot. They cannot. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Yeah, ring circles shows the maximum range in this pink purple line over here. We were setting the Hungarians, now let's set the Romanians. We are bombing Kishinev already, right? With the Luftwaffe 4. Yes, we are. And the Romanians can then take care of Volgrad. And in this case, let's put 50 and 10. Just to be on the safe side. And then ground attack. Here. Let's say 50 and 0 escorts. 50 and 0 escort. Yeah, okay, I don't know. I hope this mission will fly, actually. Okay. Okay, so it's not over yet, because now I want to set some recon missions for the Luftwaffe 4, so I select here ground attack and I change it to air recon directive, and now this will change everything. And I like to send a recon over here, let's say, yeah, of 3. Actually, yeah, like this is fine. Auto, let's do 9. And most importantly, a recon over here. Okay, like this is fine because we covered the whole Lvov area. And let's do 7. And in this case, let's focus on units and a bit of interdiction. So in recon missions, the unit mission will provide you more information about which units are already spotted on the map, like these ones here. Interdict is useful to highlight units that are not yet visible on the map. I think I told you this on the Road to Minsk scenario, but you know, sometimes it's good to repeat oneself. And okay, and most important of all, the ground support. And I like to select let's say Army Group South. Okay. I think that's all, and we can now sit back and enjoy how many planes we will destroy, hopefully, on the ground. But before doing this, let me just introduce you to one powerful tool, that is the Commander's Report. In the Commander's Report you can get, I think, the best overview of literally everything. You have unit, HQs, air, leaders, battle, location, equipment, and let's say if you select the units, you have the name, the nationality, size, meaning brigade, division, regiment, battalion, army corps, and so on and so forth. And then you have all the information that you want, you know, the aircraft units, the morale, the experience, fatigue, the combat preparation points, the percentage of the table of organization and equipment, the maximum TOE, and so on and so forth. For this part of the video, I would like to point out here on the air, and then we can select here the change upgrade, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but the Jagdgeschwader 77 is equipped with the BF-109E7, and according to the production screen, the BF-109E7 is no longer in production. This is let's say a convention used by the game, showing that when you don't have any symbol, this means that this plane is, or this model is being produced. When you have, let's say, 2 stars, means that it's not yet in production, and when you have this gate with the minus, means it's now no longer in production. So we have outdated planes over here. Now what we could do, we could check individually all of the air wings and select, let's say, from manual to and we could click here to select the BF-109F2, or we could select toggle automatic aircraft change, and in the next logistics phase, these fighters will swap the BF-109E7 for the BF-109F2. And let's give it a manual, because you can do all of this with one single click, and you go to here, Commander's Report, air, change upgrade, auto upgrade. Now all of the air units will automatically be upgraded once a new model of aircraft will be, let's say, stockpiled enough in the production pool. And yeah, I think that's all. Let's now sit back and watch the Luftwaffe striking at the enemy airfields. Okay, it's time. It's the moment of truth, boys. Holy crap, look at how many we are killing on the ground. Holy moly! 1,560 planes! Oh my goodness, that's an incredible amount for only 8 of our planes. I mean, I hope we could stay below 15. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, that's amazing. That's incredible. Look at how many airfields we bombed and how many. Okay, here we got intercepted, And okay, air combat, yeah, I think we didn't lose anything, and they lost 22 out of 24 airplanes. I mean, let's also check at the losses. Air losses, okay, 1500. We lost 8 pilots and 9 planes in total, and the Soviets lost 313 pilots and 1560 planes. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. So yeah, now you see why you want to micromanage uh, your air directives, because you can really maximize the damage and minimize the losses. Let me just briefly drink some water. Okay, we spoke half an hour about the air part. It's now time to talk about the ground part. Now, the mistakes that I did at the beginning, very briefly, were to just push eastward. And by doing so, I first of all ignored my logistic network, and second of all, I just bogged down my panzers for 2 turns in this swampy and marshy area. And swamps are absolutely your #1 enemy of your panzer divisions, basically. Now, how you want to open the first turn of this scenario? Well, you want to take control of Lvov here, and you may want to trap all these divisions here in a big, I wouldn't say big, but in a pocket here. Now, you see here this hex is called T1S front activation. This means, where is, okay, it's here. This means activation of the southern front on turn #1. The southern front is this one here, with the HQ here in Odessa. And on the first turn of the Soviets, these units are frozen. But if any Axis or German unit will, let's say, bypass a line that is east of this line here, or south of this line here, so within this kind of square, on the first Soviet turn, the southern front will be activated. Now, I think this is a very smart decision of the developers, because in Gary Grigsby's War in the East 1, what I used to do was to open a gap here and then just throw my panzer divisions and motorized divisions down here, and I used to reach the Romanian border, which was totally unhistorical, even though it allowed me to trap many more divisions compared to the ones that I will trap here now. And so yeah, I think this is a very smart choice, and also this, let's say, kind of should focus the player to attack more eastwards towards Rovno. But of course, we are not playing historically, we are playing, let's say, our way. And here, exactly, yeah, we will now pocket the enemy troops in and around Lvov. Do not worry about these. At the beginning I was scared of attacking Lvov, because I always thought that the Soviets did have, rifle divisions, tank, mechanized and stuff, and no. Here they have 1 anti-tank brigade and 2 HQ units. So don't worry about these. What you have to worry is, are the support units. Because I noticed that some HQs do have plenty of support units. The support units are these ones listed here, while other HQs do not have anything, basically. I personally like to micromanage the assignment of the support units to their respective HQs. How do you do it? Well, as always, we go on the commander's report. You click on HQ, and then let's deselect the Slovakian, the Hungarians, and the Romanians. We just keep the Germans. We deselect the air HQ because we don't care, and we deselect the construction units. The construction units are the FBDs that are the famous railway repair units. Okay, so now we have the High Command, Army Group, Army, and Army Corps. And we see here support level, it says locked. And to explain what it is, we can have a look at the game options, which I think are over here. Yep. Okay, you see here lock HQ support and says prevent automatic movement of HQ support units. I like to deselect it for both me and the AI, just to give the AI also a bit of flexibility to where assign its support units. And if we now go back to the commander's report screen, here it keeps saying lock. Now, if an HQ is locked, it means that during the logistics phase, it will keep all of the attached support units. And exactly here says locked. If we now click on, let's say, locked and then 0, if we click on 0, then all of the support units of this HQ during the next logistics phase will be reassigned to the higher HQ here, which has, let's say, maybe 2. This number, the support level of 2, this number means that this HQ will receive at least, or not at least, will receive maximum 2 units per type, which means 2 artillery, 2 anti-aircraft, 2 self-propelled artillery, and maybe even the construction battalions, or yeah, the engineers, and so on and so forth. Now, what I like to do is to select yeah, everything and give it the support level of 0. Okay, but because in this case I think nothing will work, I then deselect the army and the army corps to have only the OKH and army group. In the ground campaign I will only keep the OKH, and then I say support level of 9, which means now they will both receive the maximum amount of support units available from the subordinate HQs. Okay, and what else? I think that's it, and let's start pounding the enemy now. I like to take the 55th Army Corps and assign whatever support unit is available. The Howitzer Battalion, the Pioneers, and the Heavy Warfare Battalion. And as always, let's attack with the unit that is most, let's say, lagging behind. And I will save here for the moment, just because, let's say, opening phase, because now we need a lot of luck. We need a lot of luck because we need to attack this battalion, and we need to make sure that, first of all, we win the battle with an odd ratio above 10:1 in order not to have any combat delay penalty, and we hope that all 3 our support units will take part in the battle, second, and third, we need to hope that these tank divisions and these mechanized units here will not intervene during the battle as reserve units. Now, on the impossible difficulty, the chance is very slim, but it's not 0, because I managed once to get 11.2. So let's just give it a shot live, and if it doesn't work, I will just restart until I will get the result that I want. Ooh, fingers crossed. Oh god, oh okay. No, I'm sorry, that's not what you want. So let me just pause the game, pause the recording and restart until I get the result that I want. Alright folks, I am back and I finally managed to rout this battalion without triggering the reserves intervention, or without, let's say, spending too much time in fighting the battle, because I finally achieved a combat ratio of 17.6 to 1. The enemy battalion just surrendered, and oh my god, I'm feeling so good. Surprisingly, I didn't have any support of my support units, but somehow my pioneers managed to reduce the enemy fortification from a level 2 to a level 0. And indeed, yeah, the enemy is heavily fortified along this border. So now the path is open. I like also to widen up the gap. Oh god damn it. Scouted. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, that's fine. Let's try maybe this one here. Oh, come on. Yeah, the tank divisions are horrible. Anyway, okay, we have a path open. Let's now motorize temporarily the 57th Infantry Division. No, just for this turn. And I like to move it over here. And then I split up into individual regiments, because one will go here, one will go here, and one will go over here. Let's attack this. Okay, nice. Let's see if we can still attack this one, then move it. Maybe not. Let's move it here, it's okay. Okay, so now this infantry regiment opened the way, and it's protecting the right flank. And I want to reassign some of these divisions to their respective HQ, because in some cases I'm, let's say, exceeding the amount of available command power, like in the case of the 4th Army Corps. So let's put, alright, the HQ should be here. Let's assign the 99th Light to the... Is this what? 55th Corps, yeah. Okay, let's move these guys over here and let's try to attack this battalion. Okay, nice, it's surrendered. And let's move the HQ over here. Perfect. Okay, this only has 2 units, so I would say let's move the 262nd to the 44th Army Corps, and also the 95th, exactly. So we have 4 divisions here, we have 3. We could assign this one here, the 97th, to the 4th Army Corps, and here we have the Mountain Corps. Oh wait, no, this is wrong. I forgot to change these guys. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Mountain Corps, yeah. I think it's, yeah, okay, it's a mistake on my side, yeah. And okay, anyone else is attached to, oh yeah, these guys, the 100 Light. These guys, okay, the 100 and the 101st Light divisions. Okay. Okay, now we need to move these mountaineers over here, and we need to hope. Oh, I have nothing. Oh, right, sorry. Mountain Corps we have. Okay, we have some heavy howitzers, and okay, great. And hope again to get a very good luck roll over here, so that we could just wipe this unit out and move the mountaineers over here. Again, I think I'm gonna save just to phase 2, just to be on the safe side. No! Nope. Again, let me pause and restart again from scratch. Alright, this time it took me only 1 second attempt, and I got really lucky because basically I had the support of 5 support units, and up to 6 can take part in the battle, and I got an odd ratio of 12.1 to 1. That was excellent, that was really outstanding. And yeah, so as you can see now, if we select, we can move the 4th Mountain Division over here, and that's exactly what you want to do, what you want to achieve from these breakthrough, basically, yeah. Okay, we can start moving the 16th Panzer Division. Yeah. And let me think. Because I want to have one unit here in Lvov later on. And ideally, I may want to send the 13th down here, because once I manage to, I think, leave only these hex open, and these Soviet units were also trapped for whatever reason. Okay, then let's do like this. The 13th can go over here, then we move it down here. Okay. Yeah, let's divide the 3 regiments. Yeah, that should do it. Let's attack Lvov. This should capitulate. No! Oh my god! Okay, I'm sorry. Let me quickly restart. I'm sorry for these interruptions. Okay, so now I saved after this very successful battle, and this gives you an idea of how many, let's say, reiterated attempts you have to do to get, let's say, some success in this operation. So this is 9, 13, and let's move the 13th down. Maybe I know. Okay, we could move it here. And hopefully that will be enough. Well, I hope so. Oh yeah, these guys could advance. But so this will only have 4 movement points. Then let's use the 16th Panzer Division. 7, yeah, 9. Okay, let's attack. Oh, fingers crossed. Oh, nice. Okay, 2.3 to 1. It's not too bad. Okay, and let's keep the 16th Panzer Division here in Lvov. Now it's time to close the pocket. We can move the 25th motorized. Oh, nice. Yeah, let's move the 25th motorized over here. This division could then move, let's say, over here and protect these 3 hexes. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so now we sealed the pocket here. I don't risk, let's say, sealing it, because there are too many zones of controls here that the Soviet AI simply cannot do anything about it. Now, can I move? Now, I think it's fine to leave it where it is. Let's try to move it here. Okay, perfect. So I think that because of these hex, the Soviets will not will not be able to escape. So we have now a pocket here, We are still west and north of this T1 Southern Front activation line, which means it's now the time to bring in the infantry divisions. Okay, we can start by crushing the pocket from the west with the divisions of the 52nd Corps. And let's do a... okay, sorry, let me check. So, the 100th and the 101st. I'm just deselecting the ones that I don't want. I want to attack with divisions from the same army corps, so that we will not get any penalty in terms of coordinating, let's say, divisions of different army corps. And let's do a deliberate. Oh, what the? Oh, okay, now I have the support units and they fell back. Okay, that's good. And let's now attack these guys over here. Oh, come on, seriously? Let's try. Nope. Okay, never mind. Well, welcome to the impossible difficulty, guys. Okay, we could move now these guys over here. Okay, so we have the first mountain and the 68th and the 257th. These three. I want to... Okay, finally. Jesus Christ. So many... Okay, routed. Great. Great. Let me check if... it's too risky. 10... let's not risk it. Let's move now these guys over here. Okay, surrendered. Perfect. Okay, these guys, let's use... I know it's an overkill, but I want to make sure I am really winning. Okay, oh my god, there's so much combat delay. Well, could have been worse. Let's try a hasty attack. Yeah, I don't know how much we will conclude. Oh, nice, nice! Actually, that was good, yeah. Excellent. Let me check with these guys. I cannot, so just the 71st. Okay. Yeah, let's do some more fresh divisions. Nice. Okay, let's use these two over here. Oh, surrendered and routed. Perfect. Let's move these guys forward. Actually, yeah, let's move them over here. And let's attack. Routed. Great. Okay, they cannot move anymore. And these can go over here. And let's... Okay, let's... Okay, routed and retreated. I mean, it's not too bad. Really, it's not too bad. Let's try... Okay, scouted, it's okay, it's okay. Let's try to attack this battalion. Nice. Okay, now we have really proper control of these hexes. Let's do a deliberate attack over this rifle division. And of course, they held. Oh my god. Never mind. Let's attack then this one here. Okay, great. This one here also gone. And nice. Okay. This time we got pretty lucky. And here in the north, I like just to combine my divisions because it doesn't make sense to attack. So we could attack this light battalion with the security division. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Maybe one last thing. We could move the FBD-1 to repair the railway. Now, this is, as I said, I don't know if I said it, but I will say it again. If you guys want, I can make a video about the logistics, because this is the most important aspect of the game that you have to master if you are ever willing to succeed in this game. Now, what you see here is the railway map mode, and there are basically 4 types of icons, assuming that you're not colorblind. This green one here means that the railway is repaired, functional, and connected to the railway grid. The yellow means that the railway line is repaired, is functional, but is not yet connected to the railway grid. And in this case, these 3 are not yet connected because of these, or even because of this one here. That is still it's in our hands, but it's still, let's say, broken, or it still has the Soviet gauge. Now, there are 2 types of railways. This track here, that is the single. That is the single track railway, and this one here, that is the double tracked railway. This one here has a, let's say, rail yard capacity of 30,000 tons, while this one only has 12,500, so 2.5. No, I think it's 12,000 and something, so it's 2.5 less compared to this one. Now, obviously, we want to repair the line stretching from Rzeszów to Przemyśl and going here to Lvov, because in Lvov we have what is called a rail yard factory, exactly, a rail yard of level 6. Basically, whenever you capture a province with a rail yard of a level above 2 and you build a depot over here, this will increase your overall rail yard capacity, so the capacity to move supplies along the map. And this makes sense because a level 6 means that the railway station is quite big and you may have more infrastructures that can help loading and unloading freight. So all the supplies, ammunition, fuel, men, machines from the trains to the, let's say, parks nearby, and vice versa. So, very briefly, we want to start repairing the railway. Now we go over here and we see that on the hex with the broken railway, this unit acquired the so-called RRC. This is the railway repair capacity versus the railway repair value. The RRV basically corresponds to the movement points, and the RRC is, it will take basically 1 movement point from the unit to repair the railway. We can either click here, or if you are not in the railway mode, we can press R. And if we now go back, you see that here the railway turned orange, which means it has been repaired, and in the next turn it will be integrated in our rail network. Because of the combat delay, we cannot move any further, and I think that we could call this an episode now. Yeah, I think we can call it an episode. So as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for supporting my channel with your likes, comments, and views. And stay tuned for more, because we will now attempt to conquer the Ukraine, hopefully before the end of October 1941. As always, until the next episode, take care, stay safe, and stay tuned.